Hello guys and welcome back to the series, welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and welcome back to Greece, where we are the manager of AEK on our epic quest across Europe to win every top flight division in Europe. We're currently in nation number 20, which is Greece, like I said, as the manager of AEK. Starting our manager profile like we normally do, you can see it's our second team in Greece. We were previously the manager of Aris. Last time you were with us was the Volos game earlier on in the season. We were knocked out of the cup in the next game, unfortunately, on penalties. It was a crazy penalty shootout, absolutely crazy, but we did ultimately end up losing, and it was another one of those situations where the players came to me unhappy that they'd been knocked out of the cup. You know, you're the guys on the pitch, explain that one. Next game was a very disappointing 0-0 draw against Levidiakos. Poor game. It was a poor game from both teams, really. We did follow that up with another draw, though, against OFI, which again was very disappointing. All the goals happened in the first 15 minutes. We had 32 shots, only managed to score the one, 14 on target. Their goalkeepers had an absolute worldie of a game. We really should have won. They had a player sent off in the 5th minute as well, and we still only managed to draw 1-1. The big boys were next, though, Olympiakos, and we thumped them 3-0. It was a great performance. Anyasis, Triantis and Sipovac with the goals in a fantastic 3-0 win. XG, you can see how massive the XG is for us. And we followed that up against PAOK with another 3-0 win, this time away from home. Sipovac with all 3 goals. Again, another dominant performance. And the next big boy, obviously Panathinaikos. There's 4 big teams in Greece, really, isn't there? But we had all 3 of the others in a row, and it was Panathinaikos next. It was 2-0 this time. Sipovac again on the score sheet, and Guigne made it 2 in the 90th minute. So another great performance. We were on a little bit of an unbeaten run as well. Iraklis were next, 3-0 in this one. Triantis and Pitos with the goals. Takadin was sent off early on, and we've still managed to win 3-0, which tells you something about the quality of our squad compared to Iraklis's. Panachaiki 2-0 next one. Anyasis and Sipovac with the goals again. Good performance yet again. Another, dominant performance. Asteris Tripolis were next up, a 1-0 win in this one. Should have been more than one. Max stats rise, really, it was fairly even. But Guigne picked up the man of the match. Sipovac had a poor game, as did Anyasis on the left-hand side. And then we finally lost. I think it was 12 or 13 games in a row. And it was to Panathinaikos. A disappointing 2-1 defeat. Anyasis with the goal for us. Triantis missed a penalty, the chance to equalise the game at 2-2. But Giorgio and Sifoutis with the goals for Panathinaikos. And we were beaten. And that sort of let Olympiakos back in a little bit. We did bounce back against Atromitis. Sipovac with both the goals in this one. Another good performance. But then, final game of the regular season, we were beaten at home by our former team in Aris, and it was Savkovic with the only goal of the game. We had our chances. We had some poor performances. Again, Triantis, you can see there on 5.9. Lafdal with a 6 on that side. So we have reached the point where the season does split into the championship group. As you can imagine, we are top of that championship group after that run that we've had. Only 1 point over Olympiakos. They've played a game more. They have already played their first game of the championship group, which you can see they beat Aris 3-1. So we've got a little bit of work to do if we're going to beat Olympiakos this time around. Aris did make it in here again. They've still got a chance of 3rd place. It's a 2-horse race for the title, really. PAOK have dropped right off. So today what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do the first game, PAOK, and we're going to do the last game, Panathinaikos, maybe, depending on how title goes. If we're going to win the title, this game here against Olympiakos could be title decider. It depends. It all depends on what we're going to do. But we are going to start off today against PAOK and see how we get on. And this is the lineup that we're going to go with for the PAOK game. It's going to be Malamoulis in goal, as ever. Takadin at right back. Kokosinski and Pitos as the 2 centre-halves. Lindaros is going to have to come in as the left back today. Got an injury again to Motta and Fernando. We did sell actually earlier on during the winter transfer window. His contract was expiring, so we shifted him on at the time. Midfield 3 is Limnios, he's now accomplished in this position. Could do with that being a little bit better. Nikolov continues as the defensive midfield on defend. He's been very good. Coming in as the other Segundo Volanto is going to be Niforopoulos, though. We do have a suspension to Guigne. Unfortunately, he is suspended for this game. And then it's the usual front three, Anisis, Triantis and Sipovac. And as we get the game underway then, guys, we're hoping for another good performance against PAOK. After beating them 3-0 last time. We do have the first highlight. It's Triantis towards that near post, and Pitos has hit the crossbar with the header from the corner. But we really need to be keeping that gap that we've got to Olympiacos, so we need the win, really, as Kokosinki wins that in the air. Triantis can't help it on to a teammate, and it is PAOK coming forward. Good ball out wide to the right-hand side, and Perez advancing onto the penalty area. Does pull the ball across to Sumanis. It's deflected up into the air, though. Limonov should get it clear. Doesn't. Kokosinki again. He's an absolute rock at the back for us. And we do manage to get the ball clear. It's Anisis feeding Sipovac out wide to Triantis, but it's a poor pass and it's cut out by the PAOK defender. Triantis has done well to get it back, though. Now Anisis bearing down on goal, has the effort. It's a wasted effort. All right, it's been a very quiet first half so far, guys. We're approaching half-time, and we are on the attack again. Nikolov has managed to put the ball in the back of the net from his defensive midfield on defend position. Grabs his fourth goal of the season. It was a bullet of a finish from the throw-in on the left-hand side. We did really well to get the ball into the box. Linderos with the throw-in. Niforopoulos with the ball back to him. Great ball into the box by Leonardos and Nikolov there to apply the finish. And we have now taken the lead against PAOK, which is more than welcome. They are looking to get back into the game, though, straight away with Sumanis. Now it's Zavri. The guy, their striker, whose name I'm not even going to try and pronounce. Chatsi Georgias, something like that. I don't know. It's Perez into the penalty area for PAOK. And he's fouled by Pitos. Is it in the area? Pitos was in the area, certainly, when he made the tackle. Was Perez, though? That is the question. We'll get the VAR check to find out. And it's been given as outside the penalty. It was definitely a foul. Like I say, Pitos was in the area, but it's where the foul was actually committed at the time. And we've got away with one there. And at half-time, we do come in to the changing rooms with the lead. We're on top as well, really, which is all we can ask for. Right, first highlight here of the second half. It has been a very, very quiet game. And it is AEK coming forward. It's Pitos with the ball. Now, Leonardos, who is very tired, he came into the game with an injury, looks to get that ball across to Triantis. Triantis does get his head on it, but it's rattled back off the crossbar, and Takadim does pick it up. Made a change up top. Sipovac was having a poor game. We brought Litsis on, the young man. Hopefully he can bag a goal, but we are still winning into the final 10 minutes, which is good. PAOK are still dangerous, though. Nikolov cuts that out, though, finds Litsis. Now it's Niforopoulos. Ball forward down the line towards Anisis. Can he put it across for List? Oh, he's hit the post. He's got the ball back again, though, and he does score. Litsis with his first goal of the season after he had a great pre-season for us. I've maybe not used him throughout the league campaign as much as I should, but Sipovac's been... he's the top scorer in the league. So you can sort of understand why I haven't. But he's got his first goal of the season. Got a little bit lucky here. It's a mistake in the defence, and Litsis does really well to pinch the ball back off them to make it 2-0, which is fantastic. As things stand, we will be maintaining the 4-point lead that we've got at the top of the table over Olympiacos. We're still also 17 goals better off. As the full-time whistle goes, Nikolov with the man of the match performance. Great to see Litsis get his first goal as well of the season. So just confirmation, guys, after that game, you can see there the league table. We are, like I said, 4 points clear of Olympiacos. 17 goals better off. PAOK are definitely out of it now. They're 12 points behind Olympiacos. So we're going to play through till either the title decider or the last game of the season, whichever comes first. Whether we're still in contention at that point, Olympiacos could have an amazing championship group. So we'll do that in the second half of the episode, guys. So I'll catch up with you guys again in just a minute. Right, hi guys, welcome back to the second part of today's episode. We've reached that point of the season now. We're near the end of the Greek Super League championship phase. Just before we get started, after the previous episode where we did beat... was it Aris? PAOK? And Olympiacos won as well. For whatever reason, I forgot to save the game. So I've gone back and I've done it again so that we get our result and Olympiacos get their result. It didn't take too long. I think it only took 1 or 2 tries. So it's as you were at the end of the last episode, the scores are slightly different. I don't know why I didn't save it. I always save the game. But as things have gone, obviously PAOK was 1-0 now instead of the 2-1 it was previously. Olympiacos did get their win as well, like I said. We did then lose to Olympiacos, which was very, very disappointing, and it was Chinkaro with the only goal of the game in the 12th minute for Olympiacos. In an even game, very even game, has to be said. We didn't perform going forward, which was disappointing, and that allowed Olympiacos to close the gap up on us. Thankfully, since then, we've been unbeaten. First of all, it was against Panathinaikos, 2-1 winning this one. Sipovac and Anyasis with the goals. Sifutis with the only goal of the game for Panathinaikos in the 74th minute. Another very even game. We just managed to perform a little bit better going forward in this one, which was great. 3-1 against Aris in the next one. Sipovac, Guigne with the goals. Madonna, our former player who we sold to Aris, got the only goal of the game for Aris. It was a dominant performance by AEK, to be entirely honest with you, really. Panathinaikos were next 2-0 in this one. Again, another good performance. Sipovac with a double. Triantis has missed another penalty this season. He's missed quite a few of them. But again, it was another good performance by the lads. We did then drop points to PAOK, unfortunately. It was both goals in the first half. Lejeune and Sipovac with the goals within 3 minutes of each other. A game that we probably should have won. Looking at how the XG is, a little bit disappointing not to win it. But then we have most recently beaten Olympiacos 2-0. Anyasis with both the goals in the first half in a game in which we absolutely battered Olympiacos. So where that leaves the championship group now is with 6 points clear with 3 games remaining. Of course, if we win this game and Olympiacos draw, then we're the champions. If Olympiacos win and we win, I still think we're the champions, because in this league it is based off results against, if I remember correctly, in the championship group. It is results between teams, and we're currently 3-1 up over Olympiacos in terms of results against. So again, we should be the champions. As you saw there, we are away to Panathinaikos, which is going to be a difficult game. Olympiacos are at home to PAOK. If we don't do it this game, then the game after that is Aris at home. So we could potentially win the champions, the league against our former side. So the game for Panathinaikos was one change to our regular starting lineup, and that is at centre half. Leonardos comes in for the injured Pitos. He picked up the injury about 2 days ago, so he is the only change from our pretty settled starting lineup that we have here at AEK. Right, taking 20 minutes to get into our first highlight, and it is AEK with the ball. It's Guigne, but he's lost out to Gianniotis, who's striding forward with the ball. Good tackle by Motta, and Guigne cleans up after him. Seferis, he's the other change to the lineup. Seferis comes in. Sipovac through on goal. He's put it wide. Seferis comes in for the suspended Limnios for this game as well. That's a good header by Nikolov. Does win that in the air. Seferis helps it further on. Triantis goes after it, but he can't get there. Panathinaikos now coming forward dangerously down this left-hand side. That's a good ball forward through. Kokosinski, I think, did just about enough to put the attacker off there, and Malamoulis made the save quite comfortably. Olympiacos and PAOK are still 0-0 as well, with around about 25 minutes on the clock. Panathinaikos are playing better than us in this game, which is a little bit of a worry. PAOK have taken the lead though. If that stays like that, it doesn't matter. It does not matter if we get a point and Olympiacos lose. We're the champions anyway. Which would be great. Malamoulis with the goal kick, approaching half-time now. Sipovac can't get there. Sifutis coming forward for Panathinaikos. Potomiankis, I think that's said. Gianniotis? Some of these Greek names, guys, are really hard. Darbo, I can say that one. Finds Pajeres. Darbo again. Darbo looking over the top. It's easy for Kokosinski to get to that one, though. Finds Leonardos. Back to Malamoulis in goal, who goes long and gives them the ball straight back. Sipovac does really well. Rolls his man, bearing down on goal. Can he get an effort where he can? He's forced to save out of Oliveira. Sipovac did really, really well there to roll the defender and get the effort away. But as things stand, Untumba is giving the title back to AEK. That's a good corner, and somehow the ball's scrambled over the line. I think it's Anyasis who's put it in. We're going to get a possible VAR check. I don't know who won the header at the far post. I think it was Leonardos. We'll just wait and see what the VAR checks. This is title deciding stuff, guys. It's been disallowed, unfortunately. I suspect Anyasis was offside and he's denied his 10th goal of the season. It was Leonardos with the header. Yeah, Anyasis is stood in front of the goalkeeper, isn't he? Really. So, yeah, offside. But we have grown into the half as it's gone on. And that all-important result in the other game, Olympiacos losing, does bring the title back to Athens. As Rogerio, now with the throw-in, Gianniotis finds Montero, Darbo finds Rossios. Potamiankis, ball forward towards Safoutis. Leonardos does well, win that in the air. Nikolov now finds Anyasis. Guigne, give the ball back to Anyasis. There we go. Good ball forward. No, it was well cut out by Montero, and Pajeres tidies up, but Montero's given us the ball straight back. It's going to be Takadine to collect this one. Now Leonardos. Guigne again. Leonardos, can we pick out that killer ball? It's Kokosinki. He's got room to move into. Zaferis finds Triantis inside to Guigne. This is the pass. Anyasis, can he get his effort away? Pulls it across for Sipovac instead. Were we offside again? Possibly Sipovac offside. No, it's been given. It's been given, guys. It has been given. It's a really nice build-up. Triantis feeds the ball inside. Guigne with the killer pass there. Anyasis does well to cut it back. Yeah, Sipovac's behind him when he plays it. And it's an easy finish for Sipovac. I missed what number goal that was for the season, but we're well into the 20s now, I think, for Sipovac. He's had a great season as Triantis cuts that one out, and he does find the goal scorer. Sipovac is all by himself, though, needs some support. Checks back. Ball's taken off him by Pajeres, but it's given straight back to Anyasis. Can he make it 2? It's a good save again by Oliveira to deny AEK doubling their lead as Zaferis comes across to take the corner. Going to go deep towards Leonardos again. It's a poor corner though. Oliveira comes out and claims that one quite comfortably. Olympiacos are still losing as well, so that would put us 9 points clear with only 6 remaining. Half an hour of this game to go though, so still anything can happen. As Olympiacos, as I'm saying that, do equalise, but that would still give us the title. Olympiacos need to win, I think, to have any chance. I still don't think they would have a chance though, because of the results against. I still think that we need to drop points and Olympiacos to win. Safoutis now has the effort. Thankfully, it's gone just over the bar. All right, Malamoulis finds Kokosinki into Leonardos, forward towards Guigne. He's got Motta outside of him. Anyasis needs to make the run. He's gone too late. Guigne back to Motta. Tries to get the ball into the box. It's deflected back towards Nikolov, who does get the ball over the top. So Sipovac with the bicycle kick. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. That would have been some goal if that had gone in. Confidence is high with Sipovac. He's scored a lot of goals this season. It's now Takadine with the ball. Finds Kokosinki to Zaferis. Kokosinki again. Takadine. Zaferis. We just need to keep the ball here, really, and stop Panathinaikos having any form of attack. But that's a good ball over towards Triantis. We've put it in the back of the net. Again, Sipovac. But I think there's questions of Triantis being offside. We're going to get our third VAR check of the game. And this one's gone in our favour as well, guys, I think. It's a really, really good ball by Zaferis. Yeah, Triantis is miles onside. I don't know why we needed VAR for that. Come on, SI. Please sort that out for 24 and 25, at least, with the new match engine. As Olympiacos and PAOK are now 2-2. And that, yes, champions. Champions, guys, of Greece. Nation number 20 is ticked off the list. That is fantastic. We've officially done 20 nations, which is brilliant. Really, really good. 13 left. 13 left. As the trophy, the Superliga or Super League trophy is lifted aloft. The black and gold ticker tape confetti comes down, but AEK clinched the Super League title. Great. Absolutely fantastic. Sipovac, he's got 28 in the league, which is brilliant. He's 28 in all competitions, to be fair, from 33 games. So he's had a hell of a season. But what we do need to do is get the sheet up, so just bear with me. And here is the sheet. Sorry for the change of light again. The sheet's really, really bright. For whatever reason, you can't make Google Sheets into dark mode. I don't know why. I'm going to have to move my camera at some point as well. We're getting that far down the list. But Greece officially ticked off, and we're moving back into closer to home with Switzerland and Belgium next, before we go to war-torn Ukraine, Serbia, Scotland. We're nearly we're getting into the nations now, guys, with some of the bigger players in, which is going to be obviously fantastic for us. Let's just get Football Manager back up. There we go. So, Champions of Greece, guys. It's been a roller coaster journey, really. Not too bad though. Only the 2 clubs, Aris for a season. Hopefully, this financial fair play that's hanging over the club, it's back up to 25 million near enough. Hopefully, this doesn't ruin our title celebrations. I hope it's just a points deduction for next season for AEK, which hopefully we're not here for. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Obviously, I'm going to go and try and find a job in Switzerland now. The Swiss League, I've been having a look as well. It's really weird, but we will go over that when we get there. I'll just briefly look at all these. Yeah, I don't understand it. Yet. So I'm going to have to, when we get to Switzerland, I'm going to have to figure out. Obviously, I've got kits and stuff like that to do as well. I don't think any of the teams in Switzerland actually have kits. No, they don't, so I'm going to have to do that as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button as well for me. All helps me out, and I do greatly appreciate it. We are now, at time of recording, 191 subs. I'd love to get to 200. That would be absolutely brilliant for me. But guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you all in Switzerland. Cheers, guys.